All right, everybody, today is a World Cup special. England are kicking off their campaign later on today against Iran. We are going to do a World Cup campaign ourselves. Now, I have gone with Gareth Southgate's 26-man squad. This is If I Was a Manager Of, a series that I run throughout the FM cycle. We started with England, obviously, today. It's about the tactic, putting it together and see how it does in Football Manager. So I have put this tactic together. Okay, so it's a 4-3-2-1. Patreons. This tactic is now available for you to download via the Patreon. So go across there and you can download it and shove it into FM22. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon, supporting the channel, getting my weekly tactics downloadable so you can use them, by all means, check out the link in the description. Now, we've got Ramsdale as a sweeper keeper on defend. I would just like to see him play, I think, as an all-rounder, shot stopper, distributor. I think he's a lot better than Jordan Pickford, so I would give Ramsdale the nod. I do think it's definitely going to be Jordan Pickford, however. At right back, I have actually gone for Ben White. Because we're playing in a 4, I'm not overly convinced on Trent and his current form. Kyle Walker's been injured, and at the same time, he's not great at attacking. He's not great at defending. Ben White's had a fantastic start to the season, so we're going to use Ben White. And what we've got on here is we've got a player instruction to sit narrower. I don't want him to be invert, but I just want him to be tighter. What we have is obviously John Stones and Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's obviously out of form. There's a lot of talk about playing with a back three to suit a little bit of protection into this defence. So I thought this was a way of getting around it. He plays quite narrow at times for Arsenal as well, so I thought White, Stones and Maguire as kind of a back three. Luke Shaw, I've just got him as a wing-back on defend. I don't think we're going to be too adventurous with our full-backs, especially if White gets the nod at right-back today against Iran. Luke Shaw, I've just got him as a wing-back on defend. We may tweak that in-game. We may look at moving that onto a wing-back on support. And then I've got a double pivot. Now, I know Calvin Phillips has not played, but his injury for Man City at the start of the season was a shoulder injury. So I'm imagining his fitness is a decent enough level. Obviously, he's not match fit, but I think playing Iran in a double pivot with Rice would give him that nice little introduction, a little bit of game time, maybe 60, 70 minutes, get it in the bank. And we've got him as a half-back. I would like us to try and build up from a back three at times and maybe just push the full-backs on, Shaw and White on just a little bit further. He can drop in, distribute from deep. He's got an excellent passing range, and that's what we want. And then we've just got Declan Rice as a volante because he does like to carry the ball into the final third at times. It's not so much giving him freedom, but it's just him starting from a little bit of a deeper position. Obviously, when we're out of possession, we'll get into this double pivot, but we're going to allow him the opportunity to get forward. And then Phillips, hopefully then that creating a little bit more space for Phillips to dictate play from a deeper area. In the central midfield, I was going to put it as a 10, but I think playing 2 6s and a very attacking 8 in Bellingham, we've just got him as a central midfielder on attack. He's in great form. Mason Mount is likely to get a nod, I imagine, in this side. I don't know where Mason Mount's going to feature, but for me, Rice, Bellingham, Phillips would be our strongest in possession and out of possession. Bellingham, Rice and Phillips, all really good, obviously, without the ball. I think that's why I'm probably going for Bellingham over Mount. On the left-hand side, I have gone for Marcus Rashford. Now, the reason why I've done this, a couple of reasons. The form of Rashford, to give us a little bit more direct pace, goal-scoring threat. I think the issue that we've got with this England side, it's relying on Harry Kane and at times Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has been absolutely awful. Now, I do think he's probably going to get a start tomorrow ahead of Marcus Rashford. And I was thinking about maybe using Marcus Rashford as an impact substitute. But then I thought, if we're chasing a game, we're maybe drawing or losing, playing against a team who are sitting back a little bit, having Marcus Rashford with his explosive pace is probably not going to be the ideal substitution, bringing on a Grealish and Maddison, someone who can maybe unlock tight, compact, low-block defences. So I'm going to give Rashford the nod. Inside forward attack, I really want him to get into these areas. We've obviously got Harry Kane up front as a deep line forward on support. And then the inverted winger on support, I would go for Foden. I did have Trent starting on here, or a Kyle Walker on wing-back and support, and then having Foden sit narrower. So what we will do is if we end up changing this role here as we go through the save, we'll end up putting Foden, or wherever it is, could even be Maddison at some point, having the player instruction of sit narrow. But for now, we're just going to leave it blank. And then shape-wise, it's pretty bog standard. Shorter passing, slightly higher tempo. That's all we've pressed. In transition, counter press and counter. Slow the pace down from the goalkeeper. And he's going to distribute the ball to the defenders. And then out of possession, a high press, high defensive line, trap outside. Pretty bog standard stuff. Now, we're going to start the campaign right now against Wales, and then we're just going to carry on and see how we get on. Now, what I would like you to do, let me know down in the comments. What would be your England starting 11? Let me know down in the comments. Now, unfortunately, SI can't even manage to get the fixtures correct for the World Cup, which is rather disappointing. However, we have got the correct group. We are starting, though, with a tricky game against Wales. We've got injuries at the moment to Trippier, Callum Wilson and Jack Grealish. Okay, Wales have got Brennan Johnson, Dave Brooks, Aaron Ramsey. No Gareth Bale. Interestingly, he's on the bench. I hope we absolutely smash Wales in this World Cup. They're having a lot to say. Kiefer Moore, I've heard his little comments today. The Englishman saying that they want to see England get knocked out. I normally like the other nations, the home nations, but Wales, not so much. Hopefully we could do a job of them. Now they have got a low block. So it'd be interesting to see how we do with Rashford on that left-hand side. We may even bring in a more attacking fullback a little bit earlier on. Let's see how we get on. And by the way, I imagine everyone will ask, the skin is Vince. Vince skin. I have done a video on it just a couple of days ago, so go check it out if you want to do the download. Right, first highlight, 11 minutes in, Foden, John Stones. Nice ball out to Maguire. So I think maybe we could do Luke Shaw a little bit higher, you know. So let's put him on as a support. Okay, Maguire into Bellingham. He's got a really advanced position. Foden's in. Good save from Ward. Okay, we're at half-time. We're doing okay. We're dominating the game. If we look at the stats, 11-2, 57% possession, 1.26 XG to Wales is 0.05. So I'm just going to ask for more of the same, I think. No need to panic. 5 subs as well. They'll be important. We may look at bringing on, we might look at Ben White being one of the first subs off. Maybe get a Trent on. Okay, 65. We're going to make some changes now. We've given it long enough. So what we are going to do is we're really going to go for it here. Let's get Maddison on. We're going to play Maddison as an advanced playmaker. And we're just going to get him to sit narrower. Tell you what, let's play him as a trequartista. So we want him to shoot, don't we? We want him to shoot. And then what we will do is bring on Trent on that right-hand side. Harry Kane's struggling a little bit, but he's going to have to play. Do I bring on a Sterling? Maybe a Mason Mount? Let's bring on Mason Mount as well. Central midfield for Jude Bellingham. Okay, Shaw. Into Rashford. Maguire. Phillips. To Foden. We're going to score just before we make the changes. Rashford. He's going to score, isn't he? He's put it wide. How on earth has he put it wide? Connor Roberts has got it. Into Wilson. Don't you dare. That looked offside. It was onside. We've survived. Jesus. Okay. Right. We're coming into the last few minutes. We're going to have to bring on... No Jack Grealish. So we're going to have to bring on Raheem on that left-hand side. We've got one more sub. Let's get Rice off and just got Conor Gallagher in. If I was manager of England, I would have had Ivan Toney on the bench just as a little bit of a backup for times like this. 2 up or even replacing Harry Kane. We don't want Harry Kane playing 90 minutes every single game, do we? Because he's going to be absolutely shattered. And he's shattered right now with a 6.6. And we're drawing the first game of the World Cup with 19 shots on goal and an XG of 1.87. Okay, 57% possession. I don't think there's any need to panic. I'm just going to say we're unlucky. Let's see how the others got on. We are playing Iran next. Iran and USA have drawn. Right, we need to get a win here, don't we, against Iran? Okay, right, for the next game, we are playing Iran, so we're just going to change it a little bit. We are going to bring in Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we're going to play him as a wing-back on attack. We're going to take off that instruction of sit narrower, and we are also going to play Luke Shaw as a wing-back on support. They're going to be playing with a low block. Let's get Foden sitting a little bit narrower as well. And also, I think what we need to do is we need to make the pitch. Let's make it very wide, I think. Really open out the player as best we can. Right, here we go. Iran. We need a win. Otherwise, the pressure is definitely going to be on. And with USA as well in the last game. Okay, for 2 minutes, we're on the first highlight. Nice, wide. Couldn't get any wider there, Trent. Foden. It's a wasteful pass. Can we get it back? We've nipped in. We have. Bellingham. Into Rashford. That's poor. We're going to get it back. No. Foden. Swings it now out to Luke Shaw, who cuts in. Rice. Maguire. Shaw, we're a bit tight. He's going to find Rashford though in this left channel. We've found Jude Bellingham. Okay, Luke Shaw with a corner. Cleared. Rashford. We've had a very quiet opening half an hour of the game, boys. Iran have managed to get more possession of us, but they are camped inside their own half. The ball share has been even. We've just not been very productive. We might get a chance now. Bryce has done really well. He's found Foden. He's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, they've had 62% possession, 56% ball share. But look at the average positions. They're camped right in. We were a little bit higher than what we were. Okay, that's a little bit worrying, isn't it? I'm saying I'm far from pleased. And we'll look at making some... I suppose this is very Gareth Southgate-esque, isn't it? Can we nick one? That'll be the key. Right. Oh, Trent, that's shit, mate. Right, can we get it back, though? We will. They've gone long. Jude Bellingham. Phillips. Trent. He's found Bellingham. That's a brilliant run from Jude Bellingham. What a ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's why England have got him in the squad. Hopefully he can deliver a pass like that at some point when we need to break a stubborn defence. And we've finally done it 1 minute into the second half. What a ball from Trent. Really good run from Jude. I think that's a run you can see. Harry Kane dropping off and then Jude going in behind as well. 1-0. We've settled the nerves a little bit. Right, Shaw. Rashford. Good run from Rashford. We're getting a penalty. It's been a fantastic start to the second half, boys. I think that's what we need with England. Just a little bit more of direct pace. And he's going to give us that on that left-hand side. Kane puts it in. 2-0. We're going to get Saka on the right. I want to see him for a little bit. We are going to take off Harry Kane. Let's get Callum Wilson up there as a... Ooh, let's go just a presser. I'm happy to be him just being a presser. We'll just keep them two for now. Luke Shaw is struggling. Struggling big time. Going to have to go Kyle Walker because no way. Kieran Trippier's not fit yet. Okay, we're coming into the last 10. We're just going to make a few more changes. Let's bring Sterling on again. Let's get Phillips off as well. Let's just go Jordan Henderson. Okay, it's been controlled. They've had one shot on goal, to be fair, Iran. Even though they've not managed to really get outside their own half. And there we go, boys. Late on, I missed the highlight, but we've made it 3-0. Declan Rice, 3-0. Job done. As I was saying before, they've only had one shot on goal, Iran. So we have dominated the game. They've still got more possession, but we're absolutely dominating the game. And this little bit of goal difference, no doubt, will help. Is it head-to-head or is it goal difference for the World Cup? I've got a feeling it's goal difference. Henderson finds Sterling. Can he get another? We have. It's 4-0. Raheem Sterling. Lovely finish. Good substitution from me, I think. And there we go, boys. 4-0. Job done. Let's move on to the next one. USA. Okay, and we're back. We're playing USA. They beat Wales by the looks of it 1-0 or 2-1 by the odd goal. So it's in our hands here. Is it goal difference? Yeah, goal difference, goals scored. So we're in a decent position here with our +4. So obviously a point is definitely going to get us through. And probably more importantly as well, get us through as group winners. And I think what we are going to do is we're going to actually keep with the same team, I think. Rashford, Kane, Foden have been doing okay. Foden hasn't made much of an impact yet in this World Cup. Do we change it? Do we give people what they want? James Maddison. But he doesn't really suit that right-hand side, does he? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it, eh? Or do we go Saka? Let's be more realistic. Let's go Saka. Saka on support. Okay, what we are going to do is we're going to take that sit narrow off. We're going to keep that, let us keep our width with Saka on that right-hand side. And Trent can maybe go on the underlaps a little bit more as well. Right, here we go. Trent's on that. We do have Trippier and Grealish because I said Trent is not 100%. Rashford as well we need to look out for. Raheem Sterling did come on and make a really good impact. That's what we want from our substitutes. Substitutes going to be very important in this World Cup. I do think England have the luxury of having a fantastic bench, and they can really change the way the team are playing with, you know, the introduction of players like Grealish, Maddison, Foden, Mount, Sterling. I don't think Callum Wilson's going to get much of a run. I must be honest. I think that's literally if they get the opportunity to maybe rest Harry Kane. They may even see Marcus Rashford being an opportunity as well to maybe play as a central forward as a backup. Right, we're off. We're 3 minutes in. First highlight. Robinson down the left. Phillips has won it. Harry Kane's going to pick it up. He's lost out to Bradley, though. I was just about to say, that's where we want Harry Kane, picking up them little balls. Right, McKennie. Sergio Dest. Can we defend? Reina. We've won it. Brilliant win from Rice. Steps in. We're breaking. Harry Kane. What's he got ahead of him? Not much. He hasn't got much pace to Harry Kane. He's been tracked by Bradley, though, so they're probably as slow as each other. Rashford's there. He's bulleted it in. 1-0. That's the goal threat that we were wanting in this World Cup for Rashford. Well done, Harry Kane. Really good break. All came from, who was it? I think it was Declan Rice, wasn't it? That broke it up from the edge of the area. Pulled it back. Puts it onto his right foot, and it's a great header from Marcus Rashford. USA 0, England 1. We're on our way to the knockout round. Surely. We've also got a Sri Lankan referee today. Interesting. Have we got a Sri Lankan referee in the World Cup? Good run this from Saka down the right-hand side. It is rumoured that Saka's going to be getting the nod over Foden in the first game, which I kind of expected. Bellingham's in. Finish, finish, finish. It's cleared off the line by Carter Vickers. And USA stay alive. We've had an XG of 0.64. 65% possession this time. Shaw, Rice. We've lost out, though. McKennie's broke that up really well. Declan Rice a little bit slow on the ball. Now Pulisic, McKennie. They've got some really good players of USA. USA should be second in our group, surely. I don't think Wales can afford to get beat by them. Okay, Trent's struggling a little bit. He's on red. We'll see what his conditions like. I don't know if he's just picked up or not. We will have a little look at that at half-time. As Reina comes down this left-hand side, he finds Pulisic. Rashford does really well to win the ball back. And Maguire goes long. Right, Zimmerman, just before half-time, are USA going to create something here? I forgot to mention as well, we have got these team instructions on where we're not pressing the centre-halves, but what we are doing is pressing the full-backs, the wing-backs, if they do play with them, and then any DMs. So Harry Kane is kind of just dropping off a little bit and then really pressing once that ball goes into that sort of like that number sixes, and we're trying to win it in there. So I just thought I'd show you that. Right, Carter Vickers, McKennie, Dest, Pulisic. They've had a decent spell, but that's a poor effort. Right, we've made it through to half-time. Trent is okay, but I don't think he's going to last much longer, you know. Kieran Trippier is fit. Let's give Kieran Trippier a go, but we are going to just put him on wing-back on support. Trent's done well, though. Probably nudged himself as the... To be fair, in FM terms, he's by far the best right-back. Trippier's already injured. Bloody hell, he's been on the pitch about 8 minutes. Right, Saka. Adams. Not really what we wanted as well, because Trippier is going to be probably our backup left-back. Right, Zardes. Has shot from distance. Ooh, Jesus, just gone wide. We'll have to keep our eye on Trippier. Right, we're going to have to pull him. We're going to pull Rashford as well, because he's a little bit down on his fitness, so we'll get Sterling on. And we're also going to bring on Kyle Walker in at right-back. We've still got 2 substitution periods to go with those last 2 subs. So we'll just monitor fitness with the rest of them. See, Harry Kane's struggling. Okay, so let's get Harry Kane off. So it has to be Callum Wilson. Anyone else really struggling? Yes, Luke Shaw. Oh, shit. Right, we'll have to put Ben White in there. And then put Kyle Walker across there. See if we can just defend and see this out. Right, who have we got? Who's taking a free kick? Calvin Phillips is taking a free kick. Is he going to put us 2 up? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's absolutely picked the top corner out with that. What a free kick from Calvin Phillips. And we're 2-0 up. And we're definitely going through to the knockout stages of the World Cup. Get in. That is an absolute beaut from Calvin Phillips. Fair distance as well. We've dominated again, though. 19 shots on goal. Someone's getting sent off here. Winston McKennie. He's shite, isn't he, Winston? Weston McKennie. What did I say? Winston? Weston McKennie. Winston McKennie might not be much better either. We've not seen anything. We've not had to even mention Harry Maguire yet, have we? Not even mentioning Harry Maguire. Right, Walker finds Bellingham nearly. Good run from Bellingham from deep. Stefan goes long. Oh, Josh Sargent. No way. No way. Yes way. Okay. Whose mistake was that? I'm just opening my big fat mouth. Well, that's John Stones, and it's just FM. Just general FM, just jogging. It's all right. He's thinking we're 2-0 up. We've already qualified. I don't need to track an ongoing attacker. Right, we're qualified. Boom. Let's see who we've got in the next round. Okay, so the groups have finished, and we have drawn the runners-up from Group A, and it was Qatar. Now, based on their performance against Ecuador in the World Cup, I can't imagine them then finishing second at all. I think hopefully we're likely to play in Ecuador, Maybe a Senegal without a Mane. I think we're all right with that in the second round. But we've got Qatar. England and Wales are through. That defeat for USA has given Wales, they must have played really well in the last game, going through on goal difference. Poland winning the group. So Argentina in second. France and Tunisia. Germany and Spain. Canada and Morocco, with Belgium and Croatia going home. Brazil and Serbia. I do fancy Serbia coming out of that group. They've got a really strong squad. And Portugal finishing bottom of the group. No points at all. Ghana and Uruguay going through. So the knockout rounds look like this. Netherlands have already beaten Wales. Poland have beaten Tunisia. And now it is us against Qatar. France, Argentina, Germany, Morocco, Uruguay, Brazil, Spain, Canada, Ghana, Serbia. And I think we have to keep the same team. Everyone's playing well. I'm quite happy with the double pivot. Bellingham's getting into some good areas. Saka had a decent game on that right-hand side as well. And what did he get? 7.1. So I'm happy with that. Had a good performance. So we'll get him. Rashford obviously is playing well. Harry Kane's doing okay. And then Luke Shaw, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Everyone fit. We'll just look at keeping an eye on the injury situations with our fullbacks. Qatar surely are not going to even put up a fight here. Well, they might put up a fight, but surely we're going to get like, what, 3, 4, 5? There's the BTEC Ten Hag. Right, I've paused the game because we're 35 minutes in. We've not had a highlight. They've had 59% of the ball. What is going on sometimes with possession stats in Football Manager and how they... I don't understand why Qatar would be having 55% of the ball share. Why aren't we keeping the ball? Maybe it's because of our what's it, you know. Do you know what it probably is, thinking about it? With that now, with the opposition passes, the PPDA being 7, I think that's because of the opposition instructions that I showed you in the last game. That's maybe it. So we might have to take that off, you know. And we're just going to press them all. See if that helps. She's getting higher. What is going on? We had a highlight in the game, boys. Right, here we are. First highlight. Luke Shaw. Maguire. Rice. Now we need to look at getting another attacking player on the middle of the pitch. Do we need to have 2 sitters? I know Rice is playing as a Volante, but we maybe need to get another body on, you know. Right, Saka is in on this right-hand side. He's going to pull it, hopefully. He finds Trent. Can I dig out across? He finds Kane. That is 1-0. We can settle the nerves. Dear God. Rashford's struggling, so what we are going to do is we're going to bring Jack Grealish on. But Jack Grealish will want to play as an inverted winger. But we will do it on attack. There we go, 1-0. Harry Kane tucks it in. Qatar looks like they're pressing a little bit though. 4.27. Ours is dropping. I started to drop a little bit. We are quite high though in our average positions. And to be fair to Qatar, it doesn't look like they're completely sitting back. It looks like with their average position, they're having a little go at us here. Pedro Miguel, Salman, Yasser, Fatih, Phillips has won it. Trent, into Kane. Love it when he drops into that little space. He finds Bellingham. This might be a goal. It is a goal. He's just slipped it underneath the goalkeeper. Wonderful goal. That's when you get that deep line forward and an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder on attack. Works with a shadow striker as well, boys. If you're playing more of a 4-2-3-1, a shadow striker mixed with a deep line forward on support. Yeesh. I think that's what Harry Kane misses at Spurs, you know, that run from a central area. Right, Saka. Bellingham's in again. Bellingham has scored again. That'll be... Oh, it's offside. Is it offside? VAR, is it? Trent struggling, so we are going to make sure we get Kyle Walker on. The goal has been awarded. We're absolutely coasted to the quarterfinals here. Phillips, Bellingham, Rice. It's 4-0. We've come alive. We've absolutely come alive again. Breaking teams down. Qatar have obviously ran themselves into the ground. Decent first half show, but we've picked them off. 48, 66, 69, 71. We're going through to the quarterfinals, aren't we? Right, surely the last little bit of action in the game. Maguire steps in. Done really well. Clean sheet for Harry. Clean sheet for England. 4-0. Absolutely dominated. In the end, that PPDA has come down. Now we're starting to press. I think we'll just depend on who we play. I think if we become favourites for the quarterfinal, I may change the player instructions and the opposition instructions. But there we go. They've only had 7 shots, 3 on target. An XG of 0.53 though, but we did have an XG of 2.44. Into the quarterfinals we go. Let's see who we're going to be facing. Okay, the quarterfinal has been drawn, and as you can see, we are the last quarterfinal to be played. We are playing France. Poland have knocked out the Netherlands. Uruguay have knocked out Germany. Uruguay, by the way, if we just go to the second round results, France beat Argentina, Germany beat Morocco, Uruguay, that was the big one. Uruguay beat Brazil, which means we play Spain if we get through this very tricky game against France, and we've got an injury, Marcus Rashford. So we are going to go Raheem Sterling because I do think we need that pace. We need that goal threat. He's pulled his hamstring, I think. We are going to keep with the same team. I'm going to keep the play, so the opposition instructions are there, and I think, you know what, we're going to keep them for the game, I think, because we're going to invite them. We're going to invite them on a little bit, and I just think the higher up the pitch they are with their, before we go and press, a little bit more space in behind for a deep run for maybe a Sterling, a Saka, a Bellingham. All right, let's see what France are putting out. Like a 3-4-1-2. Okay, Benzema and Mbappe up front. Okay, Fekir's the number 10. Didn't expect that. Okay, we're into the 10th minute of the game. Quite edgy, quite even. We've had a shot from distance from Declan Rice, but that's about it. Rice, we have been moving the ball quite nicely. Raheem Sterling down this left-hand side. Has he got anyone? He's going to have to wait. He finds Saka with a lovely ball, but Theo Hernandez just takes it off him. Thank you very much, he says. Saka then pushes him out of the way, gets it back. Trent. Oh, Pavard just got there ahead of Harry Kane. Where is this highlight going, people? Okay, Rabiot. Rice steps in. Maguire. Shaw. Sterling. Bellingham. Harry Kane's way offside. Goal, but absolutely offside. I knew as soon as he was offside, he was going to score it. Goal disallowed. Absolute mile off. Okay, we go. Half an hour. Kane to Philip. So to Rice, sorry. Luke Shaw, is he going to get there? He does, but Benzema takes it off him. Okay. Loads of turnovers in FM, I find. Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham strikes it. 1-0 up. He's onside. Get in. Lovely move. Lovely goal. Half an hour. I think we've just maybe edged it. Alexander-Arnold. Lovely pass again. Them two are combining really well. What a finish as well from Jude Bellingham. He's loving that central midfield and attack role. Does help with Harry Kane dropping in there. Obviously dropping off a little bit. There he is. Look, average positions. Look how close he is to Harry Kane. Okay, half time. We'll take that. Don't get complacent, we'll say. More of the same, really. We've limited them. 0.26. Only 3 shots, 1 on target. Looks like we're huffing and puffing, maybe from longer range. Look, as you can see, shot map. We've had 3 or 4 from sort of like outside the area. Sterling's on a 6.5. Okay, something to look at. Right, Fekir's in. Oh, he's fucking scored, boys. Absolutely. Long ball over the top again. We've been done twice. We got done at USA with that long ball over the top. Is it John Stones? Yep. Misses the header. And then Fekir's through. Maguire can't catch it. But to be fair, it's a really good finish from Fekir. It's 1-1. That is shit. Okay, we're 70 in. We're going to change it. Raheem's had a bit of a stinker out there. Let's go Jack Grealish. No, I tell you what. I want to go James Maddison. Because I just think James Maddison's got the goal-scoring threat more on that left-hand side as an inside forward. And we're going to have to do... Let's take Trent's going to have to come off, but we're going to play Trippier as a wing-back on support. Declan Rice is dead as well. Dear me. We'll do Henderson. Okay, we have potential extra time. We've got 2 more subs to do as well, if we need to do them. Saka's not played well. Let's see where this highlight goes, boys, shall we? I was going to bring Foden on for Saka, who's on a 6.5 himself. Mbappe with it. It's half cleared. Griezmann, who's coming as a substitute. Good save. Right, pause. Saka off. Foden on. Quiet. We've not kicked on at all in this second half. We've got a corner, though. Phil Foden. Maguire. Oh, no, it was Harry Kane in the end. Imagine if Harry Maguire scores in the World Cup. Imagine if he scores a big goal. The seeds. Right, Benzema, Camavinga, Mbappe, Trippier, Stones, Foden wins in, Trippier again, Bellingham, lost out to Ndombele of all people, Varane. Can we get it? Can we get it? Maddison dives in. We've got to win that header. Harry Maguire's missed a header. Was that Harry Maguire? Was that Harry Maguire? He's number 22. It was Harry Maguire. We got lucky. Struggled. A lot of our poor performances in that second half for us. Time to dig in. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher on for Bellingham and Calvin Phillips. But then our PPDA against this one is 4. When we did exactly, it's weird. Don't understand it, why our PPDA was so high against Qatar. Right, start the second half. It could be penalties here, boys. It's going to be penalties, isn't it? As a highlight. Oh my God. Shaw, he's just punted it. He's turned over possession. That's not what we want. Harry Kane is literally dead. Trippier. Foden. Mount has lost out. Ndombele. Maguire steps in. Gallagher. Luke Shaw. Maddison. Gallagher's good football. Is this going to generate in a highlight for us, or is there going to be another turnover? Shaw. Yep, there's another turnover. We've won it back. Another turnover. Maguire. Henderson. Jordan Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are heading out of the World Cup thanks to Jordan bloody Henderson. Oh, boys. An absolute heartbreaker. Mbappe as well. We've had 24 shots, but 1.62. We've just 3 on target. We have peppered the goal from in and around the area. This is it. Last highlight. There's a minute of added on. Is this going to be an end of game highlight, or is it actually going to be a genuine highlight? Kane needs to win it. Shaw, there's no one up there. Chase it down. Camavinga. Mbappe. He's going to cut in on his right foot, isn't he? Stone steps in. We've got 20 seconds to get it up the pitch. Luke Shaw. Maddison. Oh, no. It was close, but not close enough. Mukulele now down this right-hand side. He's going to hold it in. Benzema. Camavinga. Game over. We've been knocked out of the World Cup. Mbappe, if Mbappe scores against us in the World Cup to knock us out, I don't know what I will do with myself. I absolutely hate that guy. He's all right, though, in FM. He's all right. All right, guys. Would we realistically take that as a World Cup campaign? Potentially. Are we better than teams like France? I don't think so. I've got Brazil winning the World Cup. Let me know down in the comments who you've got in the World Cup. And also, we may do this as a club series throughout FM, a 1-year save with somebody using a tactic that I think the manager should implement at the football club. Let me know which football team you would like me to do in if I was manager of. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.